Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We talk all turkey today, all turkey. I think that one of the guests tried to sneak in ducks in there, but Cooksey, I know you would like to talk some ducks, but you like to talk turkey hunting, I know, so it's
absolutely
good to have
absolutely.
Bill Cooksey out of Jackson, Tennessee. He is, of course, Bill is the Sportsman's Outreach Coordinator with Vanishing Paradise of the National Wildlife Federation, and Bill was going to try to get a shirt with that on it, but there wasn't enough room. So
they ran out of thread.
Ran out of thread, you know. But they got it spelled correctly, though. That's the main thing about it. So, hey, our next two guests on this very special show that we do every year are one young man that I got to meet several years ago. He put up with me on a hunt down there that was we didn't kill a bird, but we made a lot of memories. And sitting on the back of his pickup truck, talking to the rest of the folks, climbing in a ditch and climbing up a ditch, and seeing birds. And I'll let you know, folks, if you're looking for a place to maybe kill a turkey, maybe kill a deer, the Cuffewaw Creek Outfitters out of Holly Springs is where you need to contact. So we're glad to have Robert Woods on the show with us. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you today?
I am doing great, and I wanted to sneak in a Mississippi connection here. So we got the man himself. He doesn't, you know, if he needed he would put call makers out of business, folks. Okay, I mean, he doesn't need one, because let's hear a little vocalization here. Next guest. Was that not cool, Robert?
Yes, sir.
Did you recognize that as a turkey call, didn't you? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, that's our good friend Mike Giles out of Meridian, Mississippi. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. How y'all are?
We're doing great. And I know, Mike, man, I've always thought Mississippi opens on March 15th, right? Something like that, mid-March. And they have one season open statewide. Now, Cooksey, you've talked about this too. I'm going to let Robert kind of fill in on this. I've always been a firm believer that Mississippi needs to have a split season, south and north, because of weather changes. So before I ask their main questions, have you ever talked about that, Mike? I mean, does that would you like to see a later, an earlier date, later date for you guys? I know our people.
No. I wouldn't, and I'm just going to tell you, some other people may, but I know people from all over the state, and just certain areas, some gobble earlier, some gobble late. And, hey, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever they do, it's long enough season for us all to get some hunting in.
All right. Robert, I know, are they gobbling up in North Mississippi now?
We had 13 gobbling Sunday morning, but they're still in big groups.
Okay. Yeah.
So I do wish that they would split the season. Maybe set it back a week for the north half of the state. Maybe divided it.
All right. That's
Highway 82. But,
yeah. That's my only serious question for you guys. Okay. I want to get that out.
That wouldn't be a problem. Whatever's best for everybody is fine with me.
Let's talk about turkey hunting, and we'll talk to you first, Mike. I know that. That you're in an area of the state down there, and you're an outdoorsman, but turkey hunting, bass fishing. He's a member of the pro staff for our wonderful friends at Bass Pro, and does so many talks and things along that line. Doesn't mind sharing his faith or anything else, but let's walk back to that first turkey that you killed, Mike.
Well, the first turkey I killed, actually we didn't have any when I was growing up, but they started coming on as a late teenager maybe. And I did my first turkey hunt the year I got out of college.
Really? Okay.
And my scouting was I met this beautiful young lady, and we went over to Okeechobee Lake Dam area, and it's kind of got a big hill over there, and we were just sitting on top of a hill and taking it all in, and I started hearing something way out, it's kind of like a cow way off you could hear.
Uh-huh.
Well, it just got clearer and clearer, and I finally figured out that's a turkey gobbling down there about a half, 3/4 mile away. And so, my attention was changed from one thing to the other, and the next morning I killed my first Mississippi gobbler.
Really? After you'd been on a date with this beautiful woman, right? So,
that's exactly right. And I wasn't even thinking about turkeys at that time.
I don't imagine. I don't think I would either. I mean, and you, where were you at? Where'd you say you were at for that?
Okeechobee Lake.
I could not live in Mississippi because I can't spell half the names of those places down there. I mean, right there, Robert. I can get yours. I can get Cufflewalls Creek, but when you start getting those other ones, I don't know how you'd be an outdoor rider in Mississippi, Mike.
That's right. I live in the Bogflia Hills.
I don't want to go any further. Get that cooksy, okay? Let's stick.
Larry.
What?
Most other folks don't know how to spell them either, so that makes it real easy.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Most don't know how to spell my last name either. It's come out one time. It came out in the paper PEA instead of REA. So I mean, Larry P. But Robert.
Well, we got plenty of deer and turkeys though.
All right. Before we get to Robert and talk a little bit about his place. About this ability to vocalize, Mike, was that just something that came to you? I mean, I've asked you this every year, and everybody else loves to hear the story again. So,
well, I went to East Mississippi Sportsmen's Association annual turkey gathering down there, and they had Jack Dudley, who was the first Mississippi world champion natural voice. It was in 1969 when he won. Of course, it was a few years later. And Jack gave up there, and he did everything with his natural voice, and he's just a larger-than-life figure. And he said, hey, you want to learn how to talk turkey? You get you a gobbler and 2 hens.
Yes.
He said, now, I love ladies. He's qualifying what he's going to say. He said, but, hens are like ladies. Ladies say the same things, but they all sound a little different. So don't worry about what you sound like. You get the rhythm, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and old Jack will go. That's high. Don't worry about it. Turkeys make mistakes, he said, but you get you a gobbler and 2 hens, and you listen and you try to make every sound they're making. You ain't got to be a contest caller to talk like a turkey.
Well, you can do it, and I know it must be fun to stop at red lights and roll your window down while the guy next door's whole car is moving back and forth, and you start doing that noise there. But I will remember, and I've got Wade Bourne's book. Now we'll talk a little bit in a minute about Mike's book, but Wade Bourne's book about turkey hunting when he went with David Hale and Harold Knight and put those things together. I once was with Harold Knight, and he picked up a piece of Johnson grass, and he used that. And I never heard anybody sound so much like a turkey with that.
Absolutely.
With that, and he called in the quail and things along that. So
wow,
I think it's pretty amazing. And speaking of amazing, Robert, tell our listeners out there. I mean, 4,000 acres. This is family land. It's been in your family since the 1900s. So talk about Cufflewall Creek Outfitters for us.
Well, it would have been my great-great-grandfather started the farm back at the turn of the century, and we just been adding to it over the years. And it is a working row crop farm. Don't have any cattle, but we got a lot of deer and a lot of turkeys. We went last Sunday morning.
Yeah.
We had 6 strutters on the field, 5 jakes, and 26 hens that we watched for 2 hours.
Did y'all? Mike Giles just left Meridian. I heard the door slam. He's heading your way. Watch it now. Watch it now, Robert. People are saying I got to get out of here. But so they're there, and you've really you made you a package deal. That not only do you get an opportunity to hunt with Robert and the folks on at Cufflewall Creek, but you also got a deal that one of my favorite places is in the historic Court Square Inn in Holly Springs, folks. I mean, Robert's got this thing pretty cool. I met him at a gas station when I hunt with him. I don't know what happened to the inn back in my days, Robert, but you've worked out a package, right, for folks?
Yes, sir. That Court Square Inn has been rated the best bed and breakfast in the state for the past couple of years. And I talked to the lady that runs it, and her dead time is our busy time.
Yes, yeah.
So it worked out good for both of us. She got a little business, and I got a good place for people to stay if they decide they want to do that.
Well, now, so tell our listeners how they can find that information about Cuffawall Creek Outfitters?
You can go to the website. It's CuffawallCreekOutfitters.com, or you can call me on my cell phone. My number is 901-491-1379.
We're going to have all that on LROutdoors.com, too. And, Robert, I know you get a thrill of taking people hunting, though, don't you? I mean,
I do. I don't necessarily like pulling the trigger myself anymore. I enjoy watching other people do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more enjoyable for me to watch other people, make a memory.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of memory makings when you come down, Marshall County? Isn't that right? I mean,
yes, sir.
Man, 4,000 acres. You guys think he needs a little bit more land?
Woo, boy. We keep our eyes open for sure.
You keep your eyes open. You better do that. So, do you get to do any hunting yourself, Robert? Because I know you're in the farm business and everything like that. Do you get a chance to maybe do a little hunting?
I go down to South Florida turkey hunting every other year.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
We just got back and
how did you do?
Had a panther about 200 or 300 yards from us.
Whoa! Say that again. Now you had a what?
A panther, a Florida panther.
A Florida.
We were hunting a pasture, and my friends had a guy running a pasture punch, aerating soil.
Yes.
And he scared a panther out of the woods on us, and we never saw another turkey on the place after that.
Well, I don't think so. All you have to do is outrun your friend. I mean, that's all. That's it. That's all.
I just kick him in the knee and take off running. That's all I'm going to do.
All right. Hey, guys, we appreciate it. Robert, again, folks, we'll have all this posted on LROutdoors.com. Give Robert Woods a chance down there at Cuffawall Creek Outfitters. All right, Mike, before we let you go, folks, tell them about your book, Mike, because it's still out there.
Well, now which one are you talking about, the turkey book?
Yes.
Yes, we still got a few of the old Pro Turkey Hunter revised edition out here. But if you want to read about the old pros and the way the old guys did it, 1-on-1 with those gobblers,
do it.
You need to look it up. You can check it out anywhere online, or you can contact me and get a signed copy of the revised one, at least signed by me, since I had an input in it and did a new forward. But hey, it's not a how-to. But if you read those stories, you're going to learn a lot about turkey hunting.
Yeah, and your latest book?
Passion of the Wild.
Yes, Passion of the Wild, folks. There's passion all over that book. I can tell you that.
Imagine the possibilities, and let's make a difference. That's what we're talking about.
All right, well, let's make a difference. Tell people how they can get in touch with you.
They can look at me at Mike Giles Outdoors on Facebook. Telephone number is 601-917-3898. Or they can call, look at Passion of the Wild.
And you can get it off
Facebook.
There. Yes.
That's right.
Everybody needs a turkey book, 3 or 4 of them to carry them in with all the other equipment you got. Right, Cooksey?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all right. Guys, thank y'all. Mike, take us out of here with little calls, okay? Robert, we'll see you down the road, buddy, all right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.